Alright guys, so this is going to be an update on that girdled apple tree. We do all updates even on bad and good ones. I'm not sure what's going on with this. I don't think it made it. And I've got some theories on why I think it didn't. If you look here, you can see there's like two different colored tones. So I think it's finally given up the ghost. Finally given up. I don't think it's going to make it. But we're going to unwrap it and see why. Let's see if we can figure out why it didn't work up here. Now, one of the things that happened is, it is like a week later after I did this, we had a really rough 2 or 3 days of below zero, or not below zero, but below freezing weather. So I think that could have had something to do with the graft unions not working, because when you do grafts, you cannot let them freeze, because when they freeze, they shrink and expand according to the temperature, and that's never good when you're trying to get a graft to work. So if it did start to join, then any one of those days would have split it apart again. So let's open it up and see what happens. So good or bad, I want to know what the heck's going on here. I did test this too a couple weeks ago. I scraped some bark off of, like you can see, like right here. And then there's another spot I did too. I scraped some bark off of them, and they were actually green. They're still green in there. So maybe these are still alive, but they ain't growing, or maybe they were still alive. I'm not sure, but there's any number of things could have happened. We're gonna investigate and see what we come across. See if we can't figure out what went wrong, if anything. Which I'm sure that the top part did not make it, because it doesn't look very good at all. When it starts getting wrinkly, then I'm pretty sure it's toast. Oh yeah, check that out. That one popped right out, right there. So that one, it died right there. You can see it, it's dead. So yeah, so that's why, because these look like they didn't even heal at all. Didn't see that? So that, yeah, see, there's no, so my guess is maybe the cambium layers didn't line up right. So yeah, I'm sure that's totally dead, because these didn't even take up there at all. So now that we know that, then I know that I can at least chop it down below. But let's check. Let's go ahead and check to see if there's any green. See if that's even. Oh yeah, check that out. See, it's still green. So that means this still has an opportunity to grow. You see that? See how it's still green there? So that's kind of interesting. Let's check this one. How to cut these off. Oh yeah, check that out. See, that's still green too. That's awesome. So that means those are still alive. So maybe the bottom ones worked. And if that's the case, that's still cool, because these are the exact variety as the top anyways. So just in case this didn't work, the backup was I used the same kind of scion wood. And hopefully I can get one of these to grow. And then if they do, then I'll make that the new central leader. But yeah, let's go ahead and check that bottom wrapping now. All right, so one of the things that worried me is I brought this outside, and it rained the other day. So if you look in there, the moisture got down in there. That's not good. You don't want moisture to get down in to a graft union, but this could be healed. So maybe it may not matter, because let's see, today's date is I think it's the 10th of May. It's the day before Mother's Day. I know that. So maybe the union down here, graft union, maybe that took. So we're going to find out here by now. And when I did this was back in March. So March, April, May. So that's 2 months. Yeah, this has been almost 2 months. Another week, it'll be 2 months. But if it's not healed, I'm going to have to rewrap it, because there's still hope for these scions right here. It's probably just using a lot of energy. It needs to heal the down below here. So my guess is the reason why it hasn't grown yet is that you would think by now you'd see some of these buds growing. But yeah, if these aren't healed by now, then It probably won't be, but it actually does look good. See how that green that is? It's all nice and green right in there. So, maybe that's still alive. The suspense is killing me. Come on. What's going on here? I've been dying to find out. I'm just curious as to why none of the buds have started growing either. When I get this off, I'll take the camera off the tripod so I can get some closer shots here. I gotta try to make sure that I don't split it either. Resplit it, because if you resplit it, then it'll definitely fail. I mean, the rootstock is still green. It's still nice. It's still alive. I know that. It's hard to tell. I just know that these are still. Oh yeah. That feels nice and tight. So I definitely believe. Oh, at least that side is. That side is still. This side I think might have. This side might be taken right here. I mean, both of them are green when I peeled it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So some of this. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to rewrap this because some of this is definitely healing. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna have to rewrap that up. I'm gonna go ahead and tie these over here so they don't work their way loose until I can rewrap it. I'm gonna try to let that dry though for now. Let that dry up some because we don't want any moisture in there like that. We don't want any water. The moisture that it collects is okay to keep it hydrated, but you don't want any excess moisture in there. All right, so we are looking at it close up. If you look there, you can definitely see there's some healing going on right there. Yeah, you can definitely see the new cells forming down there, so it is healing. Hopefully I can save it. Hopefully, because I gotta get that water out of there. That water is gonna be bad. So it's definitely growing together. You can see it growing together right there, that green spot. That's all the new cells forming. But it's barely. Like I'm gonna have to rewrap that to make sure that it heals right. Let's see what the other side looks like. Because this is gonna be delicate, so that's probably why nothing's grown yet. Because yeah, see, you can see it split right there. You can see the split. You see the gap right behind there. Check that out. You can see that gap. Yeah, see that? That sucks. But it's healing down here. So, I mean, there's still hope. I'm going to have to rewrap this to make sure that those cells will grow up there and seal that wound up. Yeah, I'll just, once this water evaporates off the tree like it's doing, then I'll go ahead and rewrap it, because otherwise that water will rot the wood and there'll be all kinds of problems and it probably won't grow. So yeah, we'll have to rewrap this up, seal it up, and then check it again in a couple months. Hopefully by then one of these will have started growing. And then we'll just leave this as like a crutch to hold it, to hold them together. Yeah. All right. Okay, so in an interesting turn of events, I've been worried about losing this rootstock as well as obviously the top. The top is the main priority, and you might be wondering why I'm trying to say this. This is just right now, as far as this goes, this is just purely experimental, just to see if we can now. Anyways, interesting turn of events. As I was drying this off so I can rewrap it, I noticed this. Check this out. This is insane. Look at that little growth out of that root. Now, mind you, this was a cutting that I rooted from a stick. This wasn't like the natural root. I mean, obviously it is, but this wasn't like the root that originally came with this tree. This was a cutting that I rooted out and grafted in 1 year, in the same year. And this root is growing a new tree from it. So, if this happens to fail, we do have a backup. So that would be an interesting video there. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up quick. I've dried it off with a paper towel. As you can see, it looks pretty dry now. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to throw it inside the greenhouse so that way water doesn't get in here now, because we do not want water in there. It's okay if it gets moisture, builds up moisture, because that's how it'll stay alive, but too much and it'll just start rotting. All right, there we go. It's rewrapped again. This will be a miracle if these work, but apples are very forgiving, so it'll be a cool little experiment. Guess we got to finish off tying these up here so they don't wobble, and then we'll do another update. All right, guys. So that is my update for this video. Next update, I'll check it out again in a month or ever. But I'm gonna wrap this bad boy up, and we're gonna keep on pressing. We're gonna hope that this takes. I got faith in it because both those scions are still alive, so they're getting nutrients already. It's just it's not enough to feed them to grow, I guess. The cells are still working on sealing it up down there. But if you like what you're seeing, don't forget hit that subscribe button. If you're interested in seeing what happens, come tag along, subscribe, like it, and share. And thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, just keep growing.